Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are so excited to have back here Sheri Atcheson, and she's out from Paramount Mindset, and she's here to talk today about all the different ways she can help us. I'm excited to talk to her with all she has in store for us and our listeners today. So why don't we start off by having you introduce yourself to everyone, Sheri? Thank you.
Hi, Jill. So thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I am Sheri Atcheson. A lot of people just call me Coach Sheri. And I am the founder of Paramount Mindset. I came up with that name Paramount because it represents having, the best mindset that you possibly can have, the ultimate. So that's what we want to try to strive for.
Perfect. Well, tell me a little bit about where you're from and what brought you into this type of business. It's exciting to hear and to read all about you, and can't wait to talk more about your story, programs. And by the way, for those of us live on the podcast, we're also live on Zoom, and you got a beautiful background. It's like angel wings, feathers. What is that?
It's a dancer.
Oh, I see now behind you. Oh,
yeah.
So it's her dress. It looks like wings from here. That is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I am a mindset coach, and my mission is to work with people to help them create a healthier mindset so they don't have to live within the confines of like any kind of neglect or trauma that they experienced as a child, and then they've grown into adults and you don't know why your relationships are always going bad or nothing's just working out for you. You just feel that you're not enough, but you don't know how to break out of this confinement to really be who the best you are. So I really love coaching people and getting them to live their best life ever and feel this transformation. I am from Butte, Montana. I was born in Missoula, but raised in Great Falls here in the state of Montana. I have traveled around, and I have been studying why people are not so nice to each other since I was 10. And because I've been a victim of abuse and neglect as a kid. And I've been on my own since 17, and it's taken me my entire adult life to get to a place to where I can invest in myself. I got the proper education that I needed, and which just enhanced everything that I studied. And now I can do my dream, and that is to help people become the best version of themselves.
And would you mind getting personal and telling me a little about your own transformation and what brought you here? I think your story, a lot of people can relate to and empathize with, to know that you've been through, as most of us have been through, something in our life to make us change and be that, but you do have quite a lot of experience. So would you mind sharing what brought you here and helped you transform in a sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I always grew up, when I was a kid, I never talked and I never looked at anybody in the eye because the abuse that I received at home just made me feel like I was a piece of crap, basically. I don't know if we can say crap, but I did.
Yes, you can. You could say anything.
Awesome. Awesome. So anyway, and when you're raised to feel that you're not loved and you don't matter, you actually carry those anchors with you throughout your adult life. And I could never figure out why anything I was trying in life, relationship wise, was never working out. And a lot of it is I kept really good people at arm's length because I didn't know anything about good, healthy love. All I knew was neglect and unhealthy love. So that's what I ended up attracting. And until you wake up and can kind of see that, like I was creating my own issues based upon what I've always known my whole life. Anyway, long story short, I just decided, through educating myself, and I knew it wasn't right, that I always wanted to do this to help other people, be a motivational speaker, whatever, to reach the masses and help them to see that, hey, there's tools which I've learned and used on myself and they actually work. I want to share these with people so that I can help them be happy, because to live feeling confident and to live feeling that you have some self-esteem and motivation is so freeing, and it's such a happy feeling, and I actually enjoy my life. So I really want to help other people get right where I'm at.
Beautifully said. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. Also, I want to talk a little bit about, I know you believe in speaking your truth, standing tall, right? And you offer quite a few
Yep.
different programs to get people on their feet. And if you don't mind, tell us, what are some of the possibilities out there? I mean, I'm going to tell you one thing about me. COVID, I know it was such a negative thing, and it still is. And the loss of life, loss of job, loss of career, homeschooling. I mean, uproar. But the one good thing about it is that we were all in the same boat. Everyone was affected. So everyone understood in a sense. So I didn't feel alone. And, I didn't lose anyone personally. I know people have, but the one thing that it taught me is to live my life to the fullest. Now is the time. I have a 5 and 7 year old, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? Why didn't I take them to Disney? Why haven't I done always, I will, I will, I will, I will. I never do. So the one thing I just have to be grateful for is that it kind of taught me to, life is precious. It's short. Now is the time.
Yeah.
And is that kind of how you kind of live that same kind of sense of motto of urgency of like, hey, live life to the fullest each and every day?
Yeah, I am so much, that is so much my motto. I wake up every day, it's a brand new day, and it's all about living your life to the fullest. And that's the one thing that really drives me to reach out there to people to help them break out of these chains and really start living your life, because so much time is being wasted, and we get comfortable with our agony, and we get comfortable with just being where we're at, and we never take the chance to break out, break free. And this is why, one of my, my Facebook group that I have is Stand Tall, Speak Your Truth, and Set Yourself Free. It's like, it's time to change, and change is scary for people. But once you give yourself permission to make a change, you will be actually asking yourself, why didn't I do this earlier? Because you will be so happy and just to feel free and enjoy your life this moment forward.
Beautiful. And you say trust and value in your journey. So could you give us specifically some of the things that you're working on? Talk about, you don't have to use your clients' names, but what are some of the things you're actually helping people with? What are they coming to you for?
Well, a lot of my clients that have come to me have been things that have occurred in their childhood. And it really has been a lot of neglect, has risen up in my clients, where the parents just didn't pay attention to them, which is exactly what I can relate to, and so when you're made to feel that you're not enough and that you don't matter, you don't even have any trust in yourself whatsoever, because your opinion as a child of who you are is actually, this is being created in a child's mind as, I'm not worthy. I can't be seen. No one's hearing me, So that's why I want people to stand up tall, to be seen, speak their truth so they can be heard, and set themselves free so they can be happy. And it's my goal to help them do that. So trust is huge, and it's hard to trust, but you have to trust yourself first before you can even move on. And I teach people how to trust themselves.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for sharing that. And do you want to discuss specifically some of the programs? And by the way, I don't think we brought up your forms of contact yet. Your website. Tell us how we can reach out to you.
Yeah. So I would really like people to contact me at paramountmindset.com. And, just contact me there, or go to my Facebook page, Paramount Mindset with Coach Sheri, on Facebook, and contact me that way as well. And I would be more than happy to reach out to you. Really quickly, before I tell you this one program that I really highly recommend to everybody as a starting point. But I do want to say that if you reach out to me and you contact me so that I can get your email, I am creating a free webinar. I'm holding it at 3 different times in June.
Wow.
And that's for women who have suffered abusive childhood trauma. And I'm going to review the 4 blocks that are keeping them from breaking free. So that's super educational, super cool. I really highly encourage people to especially go on my website, Paramount Mindset with Coach Sheri, and then you can register for this event. It's completely free. So take advantage of that. But the program that I wanted to talk about is my Find Yourself and Breakthrough to Your Best Life. It's a 12-week journey, and they have one-on-one coaching with me, group coaching, because we all feel it's just happening to me.
Of
but
course.
It's not. Yeah. And anyway, I make motivational tapes for them to listen to, and that's like mindfulness recordings and all that kind of stuff. And I work with my clients every step of the way so they feel safe, secure, and someone is listening to them and someone is guiding them and helping them to reach their goals. So
beautifully said. Wow. Thank you so much. And unforgettable style. So paramountmindset.com, correct? That's the website. And,
correct.
And you say, we welcome you to stop by and put our skills and products to the test. Wait a second here. Hold on. On Instagram, what is your Instagram handle?
It's Sheri Atcheson.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I can't find you on here. Okay, so because I apologize, but I'm looking here at the website and the Paramount Mindset. It's coloring, and a hairstyle. So they must have the website wrong. Am I confused?
So what they're doing is right now, as we're speaking, they're transferring my website over. So it's going into a template.
Okay, because I'm like, I didn't know she does hair too. I'm like, no one prepped me for this.
I wish. No, the best way right now until the end of the week, because they're supposed to have it done within 48 hours. I apologize for that. No, the best way right now, I encourage people to get a hold of me is to go to Facebook on Paramount Mindset with Coach Sheri. And that is the best way to get a hold of me in the meantime, or they can get a hold of me at my email address, which is Sheri, that's SHERI, at SheriAtcheson.com. Maybe we just better send them there.
Good. And you offer now a 6-month journey called Save Yourself. Do you want to discuss a little bit about that and the overall well-being that goes into it? And how does it work? What's included? What type of sessions? How long? Would you mind sharing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this one goes a little bit deeper because I'm also a certified hypnotherapist. So this one, where they get a hypnotherapy session from me once a month, that's about an hour and a half long. And this is really a super cool healing thing where I take the client back to where, like in their childhood, where like a lot of their trauma first was developed. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool how they respond to this. And then we just kind of it's like a doctor cleaning out a scrape. We kind of clean out all the icky stuff. Yeah. And then we put good stuff in there. And then I make them a recording that they need to listen to for 30 days to, just get, good thoughts in their subconscious so that they start immediately feeling better. And so we do that for 6 months. And I have had so much success helping all my clients with my hypnotherapy sessions. So that's really a gold nugget for that program. Wow. And in addition, they get the one-on-one, the group, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. And again, me holding, walking step in step with them, holding their hand every step of the way so they don't have to be afraid and they feel completely safe.
Amazing. Now, let me ask you, just in regards to those out there listening and maybe wondering, well, what exactly is a mindset coach compared to a mental health counselor in a sense? What's the difference when it comes to that, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, that's the cool thing about what I do, because I can kind of be both, because I have it. But a mindset coach is someone that just, you look at someone who's stuck in a particular mindset and they're just firing off, the best they can. And they're firing off of what has been programmed in their subconscious, which we know is our Google, because your subconscious doesn't care whether you tell it good stuff or bad stuff. It just says, okay, you asked for it, I'm going to give it to you. So if you're someone who constantly thinks negative or feeling depressed or anxiety or just run down, the more you think those thoughts in your mindset, the more it's going to give it right back to you. So a mindset coach goes and helps you change those thoughts so that you're thinking positive things and growth and freedom and becoming a better version of yourself. So that is what is so important. And then therapy will come into hand if we need to dig a little bit deeper to get to the root cause of the problem. So, so when you have like a therapist or a counselor, that's one thing. They say, hey, you do this and you do that.
Yeah.
But when you have a coach empowers you to, what do you think the best step will be for you to take? And will you do it? What's keeping you from doing it? So you hold your client with accountability. That way it really sets in. You don't give them all the answers. You let them think for a minute.
Figure it out for themselves in a sense at times when they need to.
Yeah.
So you're like a cheerleader, you're a guide. You're holding their hand step by step through the process.
I am.
And you're a neutral party, because some people like go to family members or friends, and I hate to say it's not always the best way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
They're biased, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I am not, it's like, I love people and I love hearing their stories, because everybody's story matters and people matter. So I hold people in the highest regard.
Got it. Well, let's talk about manifestation. I know that's something you work on, you believe in. Tell me that process and how can you manifest? What are some techniques we could start doing at home? Maybe you can give us a little tidbit.
Oh, I can actually. So manifestation is a really wonderful thing. And that's my largest program. And it's got like, over 40 modules, and
wow.
you just go through it a year at a time. It's like a year-long program. And but manifestation is really cool because you really put into your conscious mind your desires, your goals, where you want to be. And you have to tap into that, and you have to use your imagination to even set yourself in that setting. Like if you had $10,000 in your checking account and, or that's what you wanted to manifest, an extra $10,000 in your checking account, I would walk you through to literally see your bank statement, or if you pull it up on your phone or whatever, with the 10,000 in there. And you just tap into that feeling. And the more you keep putting that out into the universe that, hey, this is what I want, this is what I desire, this is how it makes me feel, that's when things come back at you in, no specific way. It's like either an opportunity all of a sudden rises where you can make some extra money. It's weird how the universe works or wants to answer back to you.
Yeah, so kind of put out there what you want. It's karma.
Yeah.
Like karmic sense. Do you believe in vision boards and stuff like that to kind of write it down, or anything we should be doing in the morning when we get up to make sure we, start the manifestation process?
Yeah, absolutely. So my little tidbit of information to give out there is that you choose a goal, something that you would love to manifest, whether it is better health, more money, promotion at work or whatever. You choose that goal, and then you close your eyes and you actually see yourself as having already achieved that goal. And then you feel what that feels like, and then what you want to do is, it's really important you step into that feeling and feel that energy, like, oh my God, I can't believe I got this job promotion, or wow, I really have extra money. But you have to use your imagination. And then you want to repeat this process, where you, you choose your goal and then you visualize it very clearly, and then you step into it as if it already occurred. And then you repeat it. It's that easy. Wow. So I just challenge everyone to write down one goal and post that goal. Yeah. Post that goal next to your bathroom mirror, and constantly, step into the reality of what that goal could be. Now, another thing I like to do is something I say to myself every single day is, multiple miraculous things happen to me every day. And I just kind of find myself saying that over and over and over. And it's weird, these little things that truly have popped into my life I never expected. And you don't wait for it to happen. Just forget about it. Once you put it out there, and you step into the feeling of it and you really feel that energy, then you need to forget about it and then repeat the process again. Let the universe take care of what it's going to bring back to you. So, but if you say multiple positive miracles happen in my life every day, over and over, it's amazing what little good things start popping in your life when you're not expecting it. That's my favorite thing.
And well, at this time, we're out of time. Would you mind sharing the best form and all forms of contact?
Okay, right now, the best form is I'm going to give you my direct email. It's Sheri@SheriAtcheson.com, or go to my Facebook page, Paramount Mindset with Coach Sheri. And also, while you're on my Facebook page, you can register for that free event I was talking about. And so that's exciting. I really want to get that going. It'll be held in the first week of June,
Great.
June 6th, 8th and 11th. So just check out my Facebook page so you can get registered
Will
right
do,
away.
Sheri. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Pleasure to get to speak with you. Sorry the conversation got cut short today with your the errors of the receiving of the link, but I'm glad we got to speak finally, and looking forward to the next time we get to do it again. You have a great day, and to
Thank
all of
you,
our
Jill.
listeners and viewers, we appreciate you. Stay tuned. More of the show is on the way.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.